What's up, guys? Tmann here from MCE Gaming, and this is my Minecraft world. So in this video, I'm basically going to take you guys on a tour of my Minecraft world. Wonder where I got the name, huh? Okay, so pretty much everything was done in this world in survival except 3 buildings, this being one of them. And then the sky castle up there. And then I have another building. They were all done in creative because it would have took me hours to do it in survival. So let's go. Anyway, this is a replica of the house I actually live in real life. I kind of got tired of just building square houses or, the underground houses. I mean, if you get tired of just building the same things and you really can't break the mold, where pretty much all of your houses look the same, just look at the kind of house you live in, or look in your city where you live, and you'll see all kinds of cool architecture that you can actually build in the game. And this is a complete replica of the house I live in. It's actually pretty sweet, and actually just like the house I live in. So yeah, it is 3 stories. Well, 4 if you include the basement. And yeah, it was pretty fun building. Oh, and if I didn't tell you it, I'm using the city texture pack, so that's why things look a little different than original Minecraft. I actually like it a lot better than the original Minecraft, even though it wasn't bad the way it was. But yeah, everything just looks a little more bright and vibrant, especially when you want to build stuff. Okay, so that's the house I live in real life. Well, not the actual house, it's a replica. Okay. Now this over here is where I first started the game. It's the first thing I built. Of course, when I first came into Minecraft, I didn't know a lot about it. And I quickly found that there were monsters everywhere to eat you and kill you. So I built this giant compound, which took a long time in survival. And, well, I actually built this one first, the smaller one's inside here. And it actually has a small farm. This is the first house I built, minus the nether. I did that myself later on in the game. It was completely dirt. And then I made this little farm. And then, yeah, of course it has this around it. So, creepers, not creepers, skeletons and spiders and all that good stuff wouldn't really bother me. They kind of get stuck. And then I kind of added on, as you can see, I made the outside part, which gave me more room, and I built this extra house, which this is all obsidian, which of course was did later on when I actually found and mined obsidian. This has 3 levels. That goes just to a blank room that leads to outside. And this was the first fireplace I ever made. I kind of knew I wanted it to be in a house, but I wanted to just mess around with it to see if I could actually build one. So it actually works quite nicely. It's pretty cool. So yeah, and these are mines. A helpful tip whenever you find mines, don't cover them up. It's good to block them because it's another way down. You might be able to find good things. I've seen a lot of people just, block them off as soon as they find them when they're walking in the jungle or whatever, but pretty much every mine I found, I've just marked and went back at a later point and used it when I need resources. But, if you use a mine so much to where there's nothing else down there, then, I block them off usually. This is my first ever minecart rail. This was all made completely in survival also. that leads to where I actually built my first village type city, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. It has these two apartment buildings that whenever people play in here, that it's filled with beds, a bed on each floor. I have a indoor garden, completely glass except the frame, of course. Let's see. This palace was completely built in survival. A lot of mining of cobblestone. It has a lake inside with mine entrances. It's a mine entrance, and then two over there, and then that's a room filled with chests and furnaces and all that good stuff. This is my main mine, where I pretty much got all my resources. It goes all the way down to bedrock. These are two guest houses, and this was the house I lived in when I actually lived on this side. It was the first mansion I ever built. As you can see, I incorporated the fireplaces that I was working on into it. It has a furnace room. This is the bedroom, of course. Crafting table, bookshelves, enchanting table. And the basement I made where I actually have more chests down here. I actually really like this house, even though it's quite small compared to what most people build to be their houses. It's pretty nice. I made a tree house over there. It's pretty cool. Something to add to your world. This is just like a small church style building. I don't really know what I was going for when I built it. I really like building stuff, so I just build random buildings, and whatever they end up being, that's what they are. That's just a temple, more like a beacon, so I can find and kind of know where this particular place is. There's another one up there that's even higher. That's just a random house. It doesn't have anything in it yet. But yeah, that's another useful tip. Build beacons so you can kind of, and you have to make them distinct if you have a lot of different places with a lot of different beacons. You know, this one's wider, so I know that this, is this village part. That one's kind of thin, but it's not the thinnest. There's a thinner one that way. So you can kind of, if you get lost, as long as you get up like on a mountain or you get up to a high vantage point, you can kind of make yourself a way back and kind of see where you're supposed to be going. This is just a food supply barn, I make bread from all this wheat, put it in there so whoever plays in here can use it. This is just a random house, I think. Yeah, just a random house. It has storage space up there. This is the fishing dock for my little lake. I thought it was pretty cool, something I wanted to make. Over here is another dock. There's a squid. This is actually a boat dock, so I can go out and pretty much go anywhere on the boat. Pretty cool little design. That's just a random, really big house that doesn't have anything in it. I don't even know what I'm going to use it for yet, but it's going to become something eventually. But like I said, I just build random things because I really like building. On the stables over here, if you didn't already see them yet when I passed last time. Got a pig and a wolf in it. I don't know why it has a wolf, but yeah. Okay, now let's head to the other part of the world. After I show you this, here's another perfect example. I found this little hole here, so I just blocked it off, and it actually found to be very useful because it connects to the other mine over there, which is pretty cool, to have different ways to go down into your mines. So yeah, before you block off just random caves and caverns you find in the ground, really check them out because they could be really useful in the game. Here's just another random building made. I think it has mostly the biggest part of it's underground here. Don't know what it's going to be used for yet, but it's a nice addition, and it's yeah, I really like it. And up here's my T monument, obviously. Stands for Tmann. It's kind of a joke I did with one of my friends that were in here. Just got really bored and that happened. Okay, now to the Sky Castle. Now the only part of this castle that was built in creative is the actual bridge, the stairs, and then the actual castle. This part and this whole dirt base was built in survival mode, okay? All of that was built in creative. This was built in survival. Took a very long time, and I fell off lots of times, which led me to putting it into creative because I got tired of falling off. But I very well could have built it in survival, but it would have taken a lot longer, probably many more hours added into building it. Alright, here we go. This is the beginning to the Sky Castle. This is all nether fence. And here we go. Iron door, of course, has a lever. Oh, or a button. This is the library that hasn't been finished. This is just a room that doesn't have anything in it. This is the dining hall, kind of like a Hogwarts style dining hall, but kind of a smaller version. Potion room, all that good stuff you need, chest, ender chest, enchanting table. Furnaces, and more furnaces, and then a painting wall. Let's head upstairs. And this is the beds, you know. This is a good place to store, you know, when a lot of people are in here playing, or, you know, it's a good place for people to sleep. It's a nice place. It has a lot of chests, a lot of furnaces, all that good stuff. That's pretty much all this is. Mainly just to look cool in the world. Really not something you need to have unless you're a builder like I am, just something cool to build. Okay, now let's head to the other part of the world, as I was saying. And I did make bridges, if you can't tell. I got tired of swimming, so whatever islands that were useful to me, I just built bridges out of dirt towards them to make it a lot easier to get there. It's a kind of a useful tip, because dirt, you know, you find a lot of it when you're mining out places to build houses, or just mining, period. Or even cobblestone. You always get lots of cobblestone. Okay, on this side, this is another mine that was marked. It was very useful. And here's the main stables in my world. Pretty much has every type of animal that you can capture. You even got mushroom cows. You have to find them at the mushroom biome, which is actually over there on this world. I actually have houses built there, so when I go over there I can sleep if it's nighttime, or hide from skeletons, creepers, and all those good things that are in Minecraft. And there's the other beacon I was telling you about, and there's an even larger one which was built in survival, and you can kind of guess how he got down. But yeah, that was pretty funny. But it also helps us find the main house right here. Now this was a cave that was just on the side of a mountain. We kind of closed it off, closed it in, and Just made it into a little place to stay. This is the garden on this side, right up here. It's a nice design. And again, this is another bridge I made because I got tired of swimming like that. It really comes in handy. Here's another mine that was marked off. This was actually a weird looking mine. Didn't have any useful resources in it, but it has this really cool room back here, this was exactly how it was. Well, there's coal. This is exactly how it was, and it kind of looks like a stadium to me, so it was kind of interesting. Like each side's pretty much the same. It was just pretty unusual, because most caves you find, they're not like very geometric like that. And this was just another little house made to sleep in, and it has a mine entrance in it that was actually dug out by me. It wasn't one that I found. And this is how you get to our current house in this world. It actually goes up through the middle of the mountain to the top, which is the only way to get to the house, because all of the sides have been pretty much mined straight down, so you can't get to up here unless you know that way. And this is just a castle type house. It's actually pretty large. This is the inside. This is my bedroom when I play in here. Fireplace is quite nice. Double bed. My friend's bedroom's exactly the same. Each have storage areas on each side. And then upstairs, this is pretty much the same on each side. Furnaces. We got anvil, crafting tables, enchanting tables, ender chests, and then this is the outside deck. And each side has a door to go to the outside deck, but pretty much each side is the same, as you can see. And then the attic, which is pretty much just a library style setup, and you can also go outside and look down from where you are. It's pretty cool. And this is the third building that was made in creative. Cool chandelier design, if you're looking for one. Looks pretty sweet. Okay, and then the basement, which everybody knows you can trade for good things, emeralds, all that good stuff, with the NPCs that are in Minecraft. So I made gel cells and put some in there. Quite useful. I have doors to go in there if I need to. And then this is actually my friend's house, which I helped build. It's pretty much just another cave, giant cave on the side of the mountain, which that castle is built on. Massive. This place is like 4 floors, but the floors are so far apart, as you can see. It has a waterfall going through the middle of it. It's pretty sweet. So yeah, that's pretty much all to see. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and check out more videos. I'll have more videos coming from Minecraft and lots of other games. Thanks for watching. See you guys.